Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Shop Local. Today, we have got some very special guests and a very unique concepts for their business. And I'm here with Haliegh and Cody Brown with the Home Bar Network.
Hello.
So welcome, guys. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you,
Bill, for having us.
Yeah. And so, all right. So I start every show with just a quick real estate question. So I'm going to ask you guys, I think I know the answer to this, but I'll go ahead and ask, what is your favorite room or feature in a house that would be your dream house?
Oh, well, kitchen, for sure. We spend a lot of time in the kitchen entertaining.
Yeah.
All right.
So big open kitchen.
The kitchen is kind of our... Yeah, not whether if we're cooking or making cocktails, we always end up in the kitchen entertaining.
Big open island, lots of space.
I was going to say, it's kind of your office as well, right?
It is. That's what I was getting at. I think it's whether we're working or playing, we're in the kitchen.
All right. I love it. I love it. I appreciate you guys coming in today. And, you know, we're doing this series on Shop Local, and so many of the folks we've had in have storefronts and that kind of thing. But you guys are unique in that regard, in that you go to your clients, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, tell me a little bit about just kind of your business and how you guys started and what you do.
All right.
So
we are a fully mobile business. So we are a mobile bartending business, and we bring the craft cocktail bar to you. So we host cocktail classes. We curate menus. Everything is fresh squeeze, handcrafted ingredients. We both come from the bar industry, like 25 years between the two of us.
Right.
And so just to back up, I guess we started because the pandemic kind of, this was Home Bar Network. We established Home Bar Network. It was a silver lining from the pandemic, and it was
a classic pivot move.
Classic pivot.
Yeah.
So it was 2020 when you started?
Yeah,
2020.
I was a beverage director for a restaurant group in Alpharetta called Maven, and they're if you're familiar, a lot of people around here are probably familiar with Lapeer, South Main Kitchen, Butcher and Brew. So I did the cocktails, the bar training, and the wine list for those restaurants, and then I was going to leave and open a cocktail bar in Roswell at the beginning of 2020. And when we realized that wasn't going to happen, we were sitting at home, and Haliegh worked from home at the time, so she was already working from home. But then I was sitting at home, and I couldn't bartend, and I was like, man, I bet all my regulars want a cocktail, and people, were still drinking at home. They hadn't stopped
Right.
drinking.
Oh, yeah.
I think that increased probably.
So
Drinking increased, for
Drinking
sure. The
increased.
bars were closed, but people were drinking.
Right.
So I didn't want all my poor regulars to have White Claws at home. So I was like, well, why don't we put up a couple videos on my personal Facebook of how to make easy cocktails, like your basic Manhattans and old fashions and martinis, and people started requesting other cocktails.
That's
And
awesome.
Haliegh and I were like, well,
let's turn this into a whole channel.
Yeah,
And
so
we're
it
like,
just kind of organically
kind of
developed
spiraled.
and just
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's always been cooking shows on TV since pretty much the dawn of TV. Cooking shows have been a mainstay. There's whole networks. It's like, wait, has there really ever been a cocktail show that teaches you classic cocktails? And so we thought, let's establish a channel. Let's teach cocktails online. Then that turned into, through 2020, we can host virtual cocktail classes.
Yeah.
And so when you would do that, would you just have a list of the ingredients people needed to get, or did you ever
Exactly.
have okay, so you didn't
Yes.
send packages of
We
or
weren't
have
able
a
to
pickup
get
or
there.
anything like that.
It gets
Yeah.
challenging with like liquor laws and
yeah,
different
the logistics.
states and the
Yeah,
logistics.
it's a lot of logistics.
But we would essentially through 2020. We worked with a lot of different companies where we would work with like a team leader and help plan a virtual class. We would send a poll out to that team and say, out of these 15 cocktails, which interests you the most?
Oh, nice.
Then we would build the program based on that feedback and
Yeah.
then essentially send them a list of here's everything you need. And a Zoom link, and we would go live, and we would host a live cocktail class for groups of. Our biggest group I think was 300.
Oh my god!
Live.
Were those people all over the country?
Yeah,
Or
they were all
Yeah,
over.
yeah. Even some were in Australia at that one
Yeah,
class.
so some people were drinking at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what time were they?
One of them, yeah. One of them
Were they requesting like Bloody
Drinking
Marys and
early.
mimosas?
Yeah.
And like, it's more the morning drink.
So yeah, so it was like 2020 Home Bar Network was very virtual. Then 2021, things were starting to kind of open back up and people were becoming more comfortable. And we got a lot more requests for private parties.
Yeah, we
and
did our first private in-home class in January 2021.
January 2021,
That's
it was like,
awesome.
let's take a cocktail class and do it live in your home. So we come as Home Bar Network, we set up a craft cocktail bar, say in your kitchen or your backyard or wherever you like. And we host a live cocktail class. And so that's been the bread and butter of our business, that in addition to private parties.
Yeah, I mean, well, and I love it because it's just something so different. Like you could have, I don't know if you've done block parties and stuff like that, but I could just see I mean, there's so many.
You can get totally creative with
avenues.
it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
we theme menus. Like we have a casino party coming up for a big neighborhood locally, and so we're gonna do a completely themed, casino menu. We've done garden party menus. I mean, Halloween parties.
Whatever you can dream up.
Where we make
So-
eyeballs out of lychees. So all sorts of things.
And when you go in, do you bring everything? Do you bring
Everything but the booze.
everything
Yes.
but the
Yeah.
but glassware, barware, and all
Yes,
that.
all
kind
the
of stuff,
barware, all the garnish. I mean, anything you can imagine. All the
Tools,
tables,
That's
set up,
awesome.
even some lighting. We can bring the music even.
And nice.
we
Okay.
set the vibe. We're wanting to bring like the craft cocktail bar experience to you. So
And-
it's creating an experience
Yep.
in your home or
It's
in
a
your
curated
office.
experience,
Yeah.
nightlife experience at your house.
Well, and so how long is a typical event, or I guess it just depends. Client
2 to 3
client.
hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so a
Yeah.
class would be like 2 to 3 hours, depending on how many.
Yeah.
And then obviously for private parties, some people want you there for 5 hours, 6 hours, depending on how long
Yeah.
they want the bar open.
And,
How
well,
crazy they want it to get.
Right, exactly. Well, and so actually, let me ask you this: since with a big crowd, you're going to have a variety of people, and maybe some don't drink. Do you also include some fun mocktail?
Yep.
100%.
Yeah,
Pretty much every cocktail. So all of our recipes are original recipes as well. So
Which I love.
all of
That's
those
awesome.
can be adapted. We
Okay.
always make that clear. In fact, in January, everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people do the dry January
Damp
thing.
January.
Right. Right.
We call it damp January. But we actually had a complete mocktail class where it was all mocktails,
That's-
except for the father-in-law. We did a little gin for him on the side.
That's. I
But-
love it. That's
Yeah,
very
so
Is there
creative.
mocktails
any
are-
alcohol in here anywhere?
Yeah, mocktails can be done as well.
Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, so you mentioned working for an office or a corporate group. So do you do a lot of corporate events and,
do,
and
yeah.
team building? I guess
Yep.
would be.
Yes,
a part of that?
absolutely. We were able to do actually a really cool corporate event for Spanx, their corporate
Oh, nice.
office in
Yeah.
Atlanta. We for their merchandising team, we set up a cocktail class at Spanx Corporate. We've done anything from smaller team building events to big corporate parties, because we had 2 back-to-back corporate events last December for Christmas that were 300 people.
Wow.
So
Yeah, so
Wow.
large parties we can do. We can accommodate.
We can accommodate large parties. We have 2 or 3 local bartenders that we know and trust and have worked with for a very long time, that we would contract out for bigger events. But
Super.
for the
Yeah,
most part, it's us.
I like to use this as kind of a moment to draw a distinction between your typical Craigslist bartender that you may find for an event, whether it's at your house or whether it's a corporate event, and somebody who does something like what we do, right?
Sure.
Where it's completely custom, fresh squeezed ingredients, our handmade syrups, garnishes, and then people who actually have the know-how how to properly make cocktails. You're not, hiring somebody that's going to pour a vodka soda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
kind of the difference.
Well, and where will you go? I mean, I know you guys are based. You live here in Roswell.
Yep.
You're based here. Where will you go? Anywhere in Metro Atlanta or go beyond?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Atlanta,
we pretty
or
much
what's your-
so far we pretty much have like a 50-mile radius.
Okay.
We have a couple clients, repeat clients actually in Cartersville, Georgia. Funny
Yeah,
enough,
nice.
But the bulk of our business, I would say, is Metro Atlanta, within anywhere from like Midtown up to Cumming
Yeah.
and Lake Lanier.
Yeah.
But we do
Within
south side of
that-
Atlanta, and we've also done like mountain retreat parties and things like
yeah,
that.
North Georgia. We've had quite a few cabin. People who go rent a cabin and then
Bachelorette parties in the cabin or
Okay.
things like
want
that.
us to come up and host a cocktail class.
that is so cool. Well, okay. So when we were talking earlier, you mentioned pop-ups. Tell me about
Yeah.
those. Is that
So we kind of call it pop-up. So because we've worked with several local businesses on Canton Street. So we have Funky Hippie.
Two Funky Hippies.
Yep. And
Shout out one of the greatest boutiques in Roswell.
Yes.
Check seriously. We love Bill and Monica at Two Funky Hippies. Yeah. So we've worked with local businesses who say, hey, we're having a grand opening event, or even just a fun, hey, we want to do something special. So we will come, essentially set up a bar at someone's boutique, or we've done that in Crabapple as well at
Vimuro Market.
In Vimuro. I can never pronounce that.
It's a tough one. Beautiful word.
Another really cool boutique. When we say pop-ups, it's something for even local business owners to think about. If you have a retail shop and you have some special event, we'd love to come provide the cocktails or provide the mocktails or whatever you're looking for.
Yeah, mocktails are great. A lot of times we've been hired to just do mocktails in retail environments, and then that way it's awesome for when families are bringing the kids in. The kids can also kind of get involved and have a tasty beverage and all that.
Yeah, when everything looks great and fun and
kids can learn how to muddle some strawberries and mint. It's pretty fun.
That's what I need my kids to make my drink.
There you go.
Yeah, train them from a young age.
So, well, cool. Well, so let's see here. What else? So I know we mentioned you do a lot in Roswell. What do you also do some events and different things in the area? Or do you have anything coming up?
Weddings are our favorite to do.
Okay.
Weddings, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, those types of things. We like kind of showcasing our craft in front of larger and larger audiences. And we like to really blow people away for these special events.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are used to going to weddings where you may not necessarily be excited about the cocktails. Or you get there and you've got a red wine and a white wine, and maybe you can do a whiskey on the rocks.
Yeah. I mean, we're not trying to throw too much shade, but at the end of the day, a lot of times, at a wedding or even a special event, private party, you have someone from the catering company that's pouring a quick vodka soda who doesn't really know anything about bartending.
Sure.
Doesn't. So it's we're bringing a whole nother elevated experience where.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a high-end experience.
Totally.
And just quality, I think.
Just high quality,
It's just a traveling craft cocktail bar.
All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and we do have some events coming up. So we have our first kind of open to the public cocktail class that we're hosting in partnership with the Roswell Garden. So that's a really cool little restaurant if you're not familiar.
You should be familiar because we just had a
Pat.
podcast with Champ and Pat. Yeah.
So the Roswell Garden, it's located right off of Canton Street. Is that called Mimosa?
Magnolia.
Mm-hmm. Cody and I will be hosting a cocktail class there on Tuesday, April 18th.
Limited spots available, so get your tickets.
Yes.
All right.
We put together an amazing menu. We're doing a lemongrass daiquiri. We're doing a blueberry gin fizz. Spicy cucumber margarita. It's going to be delicious. So, we have that coming up. We also have a sangria workshop coming up.
At Deep Roots Wine Market.
All right. Yeah. Yes, and I think you guys had just done when I had talked to Christy and Dana from Deep Roots. I think you were just getting ready to do something with them back then, too.
Yeah, we did a sake tasting and cocktail class in February. So
that was fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I know the one thing I didn't want to forget, first of all, tell us how we can find you guys. Where on social media and tell us.
You can find us at homebarnetwork.com. We are also Home Bar Network on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We love to post our cocktail recipes and videos, so we hope you follow along. If you like cocktails, you'll love our page.
Yeah, for the longer instruction, kind of more in-depth stuff, YouTube is great.
Yes.
So if you want to have an evening of trying to make cocktails that you're watching along with, that's the way to go.
Yeah, and we do keep our website updated with recipes seasonally, so you can always check back after a couple months and you'll see new stuff.
Awesome. All right. Well, and then the last thing I wanted to mention, I know you had mentioned it. There's a fundraiser coming up that supports the Drake House. Would you like to tell us about that?
Yes. So Sip and Savor is Roswell's kind of culinary arts festival.
And so the Sip and Savor is when?
So Sip and Savor will be Sunday, April 30th. Cody and I, Home Bar Network, will be sponsoring the VIP cocktail tent. And all of this is to benefit the Drake House in Roswell.
Great cause.
Great cause. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, I love the tie. I've mentioned this every time, but the ties, I'm getting between everyone I've gotten to interview so far is just the connection to community that everyone wants to have and does have, and the support of local businesses and supporting each other. So I love it, and I love what you guys are doing.
Thank
and
you.
I really appreciate y'all coming out today.
Thank you,
Thank
Bill.
you so much, Bill, for having
You're
us.
welcome.
Yeah.
And so, as a parting gift, of course, now you guys are really gonna love these. These are Bill Estate Roadie cups, and
Roadie cups.
then your
Bill
tailgate.
Estate, I love it.
Tailgate koozies, and lastly, you gotta look good. Summer fashions are out. You got your Bill Estate shirt.
This is Haley's favorite color.
Awesome.
So
All right.
This is,
I'll take
perfect.
that. And this is yours.
Koozie. No, yeah. Very taupe.
All right. Well, thank you all, and until next time, it's your Bill Estate agent. See you soon.
Cheers.